Hello everyone, and you're welcome to this new exciting section on the introduction to Plotly. In this section, we're going to discuss about what Plotly is, how we can get help on the website, and also see the dependencies we need to actually smoothly run Plotly with our Jupyter notebook. So let's get started. Now, Plotly is a free and open source tool, which is great because you don't have to necessarily pay for anything. And then there are a lot of, support on the GitHub page, and you can also see a lot of examples on the GitHub page. Now, one cool and unique feature about Plotly is that it's browser based and it also works with Jupyter Notebook, HTML, and also Jupyter Labs. It has most of the common functionalities and graph bars and also extras. So you can get like line plots, scatter plots, area charts, color play charts, geographical charts, bubble charts, and a host of lot more features. Now, there is Plotly and there's also Plotly Express, and sometimes it gets confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Now, plotly.py is actually written as a low-level interface because it's easier for gives access to the core functionality, while Plotly Express is written off Plotly itself, and it aims at using a very simple expression for creating complex charts. So the team at Plotly specified that their main aim is just to make it easier to use Plotly for exploration and rapid prototyping. And if you look at Plotly itself, you can see it as matplotlib, and then we can look at Seaborn as Plotly Express. Now, Plotly Express is a high-level interface, which means it's easier for, it's easily readable, and it makes the syntax much more easier to create complex charts. Now, Plotly itself has a low-level interface, so it actually allows you to go deeper if you want to have full control and functionality. So basically, if you're using Plotly Express, know that you're using a much more simplified and easier to use version of Plotly, but they're basically the same set of tools created by the same company, but they decided to make it a bit easier and welcoming. So that's Plotly and Plotly Express, and we'll be looking at these examples. Now we can quickly jump in and look at the GitHub page by going to github.com/plotly/plotly.py, and if you have the slide, you can click on the slide and you get there. So we can actually click on plotly.com/python to look at some examples and see how it was all set up, and you can also see some workspaces. It also provides a simple unique codes, and also you can see a quick start interface, and we can also see an overview. Please note that you can also see the documentation in case you're always stuck. You can check out the Python documentation for more examples. Now, to install Plotly, we're going to do the pip install Plotly and conda install Plotly. Not to worry, in our next lesson, I'll be going through the step-by-step installation where we can install Plotly and look at the dependency. Now, just like most packages, Plotly is going to depend on NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and also some special libraries like the IPy widgets, Kaleido, and the Geo libraries. So let's see what they are. Now, the IPy widgets are the IronPython widgets basically for Jupyter Lab and IronPython, which is going to work for Jupyter Notebook, and it allows interaction between HTML files. So if you want to gain access on how you visualize data, you need to have like a version of IronPython widgets installed so Jupyter Notebook can function well. And these are the simple scripts or codes on the command line to install IPy widgets, and the version is version 7.5, but you can also always use PyPy to check out if there's any changelog or any version you want. Another important dependency is Kaleido, and this is it's basically used to export static images. So you need to have Kaleido installed, and there's also Orca, but Kaleido is the most popular and common way. And so for extended geographic support, especially when you're working with geographical plots like color play or maps, you might actually want to have some of the features installed. So you might want to have plotly-geo installed, and this is conda install c plotly. I'm just go ahead and quickly fix this. So we could just do a conda install plotly .geo, and this should be actually this should actually run greatly. So we can use a pip or conda install. Not to worry, I'll be going through everything from scratch in our next lesson, but just know that Plotly is an actually a built-in interactive data visualization library that has Plotly Express, which makes it easier to write code. So in our next lesson, we're going to be setting up Plotly, installing Plotly, and also another thing is Plotly doesn't come installed with Anaconda, so we have to install it manually. So we are going to see that, and we're going to install the dependencies, and then from there we're going to start and run our first Plotly example. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next lesson.